We're back with a brand new video. This time we got yet another Spongebob conspiracy theory from the mad scientist himself, the theorizer. I did do a reaction to the Gary the Snail conspiracy theory trilogy that he did, so if you haven't seen those videos, make sure you guys go and check those ones out. And this dude, the theorizer, is an absolute psychopath. This dude took like a handful of episodes from SpongeBob and created this absolute diabolical theory that Gary the Snail is an interdimensional, almighty, godlike being banished to the realm of Bikini Bottom, forced to live his life as an under-the-sea mollusk. Now, we got another trilogy here for Patrick the Star. Patrick is a major character in damn near every episode of SpongeBob, and the fact that he has a lot more material to work with absolutely terrifies me, and I'm petrified to find out what the theorizer has for us this time. If you guys like this video and you would like to see part 2, make sure you guys spank that like and subscribe button and ring the bell so you guys get notified whenever I upload. If you guys have any suggestions of videos you would like to see me do, make sure you leave those down in the comments below, because I'm open to anything. But without further ado, SpongeBob, the creepy story behind Patrick's stupidity. Patrick part 1. Let's see what we got. This is a re-upload of my theory posted Friday 13th, 2017. It was taken down for unknown reasons. You originally uploaded this video on Friday the 13th in October. Yeah, like I said, this dude's a psycho. Dude's a literal psycho.
Now, there have been theories upon theories upon theories. Is Patrick Star a psychopath? Is he faking his idiocy to get by? Or perhaps to make others go insane? It's something that everyone who's ever watched the show has likely considered, especially because of his random bursts of intelligence. Back in July 2016, at the end of my Plankton video, I told you all that I would eventually return to prove why Patrick is a psycho. Since then, many theories have cropped up, but truly, what is the realism in this idea? What is Patrick Star going for? Is he legitimately unintelligent, or is he a master manipulator out to psychologically destroy everyone? Today, in honor of the single most creepy day.
Okay, so it seems like this theory is gonna start off, keyword, start off. It's gonna start off with Patrick secretly being a genius this whole time, and he's not actually dumb. And I say start off because I didn't think that we were gonna go that deep with the Gary videos. I didn't think we were gonna go that direction, all that wild and craziness, bro. So this dude could throw out any random thing in me at any time, bro. So this is... I'm ready for this.
I'm going to meticulously dismantle multiple instances in which he breaks from his farce in order to pinpoint exactly what his motives truly are. But perhaps he isn't actually evil. Maybe there's another reason. Don't believe me? Think it's all just an inconsistent children's show? Follow me down this insane psychological trip, and there's a slight chance I'll have you convinced.
Okay. Like always, make sure you guys go over to the theorizer, give him a big old juicy spanking on his like and sub buttons, you know what I'm saying? Show him some love. Makes these crazy videos.
Hello, I'm the theorizer, and Mr. Star has been demonstrating his psychopathy since the beginning. The very beginning. His antics with SpongeBob never cease. SpongeBob is clearly childish. He has very little maturity and acts nothing like an adult. We see his brain on occasion, and some, including low-key myself, have even gone to theorize that in the episode where SpongeBob throws out his brain's files, that's the moment when the entire series shifts, and he goes extremely dumb. We've seen his brain in other scenarios since then, and it's since fallen to an apocalyptic state of ruin. It has kept him blissfully ignorant and stupid. Patrick, on the other hand, he's always been a bit off. In the episode known as Patrick Smartpants, we get a pretty good clue as to what may be going on with him. His brain is metaphorically shown to be unplugged until the top of his head falls off and Spongebob accidentally replaces it with brain coral, which plugs him in and gets his gears
He becomes a
Although
genius.
a metaphor, his brain is shown to have cobwebs all over it, implying that it was once very active, but that it hasn't been used in a long while. And when his brain reactivates...
Okay, so the presence of cobwebs says that at one time those brain gears were gearing at one point, and then for some reason they stopped gearing, so they got the cobwebs, and that's what made Patrick stupid. So what I'm guessing is that at one point, right, Patrick's brain was plugged in, right? It was functioning, he was a genius, he was super smart, right? But for some reason, at some point, it got unplugged, which is what made him dumb in the first place, and then in that episode, it got replugged back in, and then now he's a genius again, but at the end of the episode, he becomes a dumbass so he can, you know what I'm saying, stay friends with SpongeBob and stuff like that. Okay, I see where this is going. I see where this is going.
We get a massive glimpse at what may just be Patrick's original self. Throughout the remainder of the episode, we see him taunt Sandy and Squidward, accusing them of being lower-functioning life forms, despite the fact that starfish are known to have no brain, and squids are some of the most intelligent of the deep-sea kind. Squirrels, too, are very methodical and smart. Seriously. Though while starfish have no real brain, they do have a circular nervous system around themselves, and something else that's cool, which you most likely already knew, is that some starfish can regenerate. Some can asexually reproduce when fragmented, and because of the way in which they don't have really a brain, in certain cases the detached limb will not only grow back but create a whole other starfish as well. Now, this is all extremely complicated.
Dude, that's crazy, bro. Starfish is living the easy life, bro. They just live their life under the sea, stuck to a fucking rock, and they do nothing. Their arm breaks off. Cool, they are just gonna grow right back, and now their detached arm is gonna grow into a buddy. You know what I'm saying? It's just gonna grow into a nice little cuddle buddy, bro. These starfish got the easy life, bro. I wish.
But luckily all we need is this one piece of sort of common knowledge, because it's all the creators would use. They wouldn't study in depth about the inner mechanisms of a starfish. All they would do is make a joke about how some starfish multiply, because it's nearly common knowledge. I swear I saw him duplicate in an episode, but I can't remember which one. If you guys know it, please tell me. Maybe it's just my nostalgia, or maybe false memory, I don't know. But what my point is here is that there's a good chance Patrick has the ability to multiply based sheerly off of how the creators have written Patrick. I mean, clearly they took into account the well-known fact that starfish don't have brains, so it's obvious where they tend to lean with all of this. And why is this so crucial to his smarts and villainy? Well, because I have an extremely complicated thought that is very likely untrue, but oh god, I so badly want to share it with you guys, because it is so cool. Patrick's mind is...
Look at this! Do you hear this dude, bro? His mouth is watering, ready to drop the juicy details of this absolute wild and crazy conspiracy theory. I keep telling you, this dude is a mad scientist, bro. He's enjoying this. He's enjoying torturing me and ruining my entire childhood. Thanks, man.
Untrue, but oh god, I so badly want to share it with you guys, because it is so cool. Patrick's mind is, as he puts it, an enigmatically unfathomable mess of machinations. In the episode known as The Secret Box, that's what Patrick is trying to say. After SpongeBob asks what's in Patrick's mysterious box, Patrick's personality outright changes, and he begins to go entranced with huge words he never ever usually says. His whole mood shifts ever so slightly. This is all done for comedic effect, and I literally burst out laughing the first time I watched this, but now I'm looking at it closer. After he denies SpongeBob entrance to his box, he says that SpongeBob is an open book, and he tells him that he isn't worthy to know the box's contents. And then he says the inner machinations of his mind are enigmatic, while he thinks about milk spilling. So is this his true smartness perhaps seeping through somehow? Keep in mind that this all takes place long before the Brain Coral episode, so what is going on? At the end of the episode, Patrick reveals to Spongebob
it's just a string.
The only thing inside of the box is a
Then he pulls the string.
Spongebob laughs and leaves. Then Patrick mischievously laughs for a solid 9 seconds as dark and malicious music plays. Patrick then reveals to the audience that the string is actually something that pulls open a literal secret compartment, revealing an embarrassing image of SpongeBob at a Christmas party. The inner machinations of his mind? Does he know that machinations are dark and shifty schemes? He knows that, right? And he's referring to himself in general, not this single instance. And then he thinks of spilled milk.
So you're telling me you're telling me that this was all a plot. This is I gotta
revealing an embarrassing image of SpongeBob at a Christmas party. The inner machinations of his mind? Does he know that machinations are dark and shifty schemes?
So machinations are what?
His mind? Does he party? The inner machinations of his mind? Does he know that machinations are dark and shifty schemes?
Okay, machinations are dark and shifty schemes, and he's got inner machinations of his mind. So are you telling me that this box was all an evil scheme? You're telling me this was all a dark scheme to torture SpongeBob or something? Like SpongeBob, all he wanted to know what the fuck was in the box, right? He didn't really know what was in there. He just wanted to know what was in the box. Patrick refused to tell him what was in the box, you know what I'm saying? Then he reveals a joke, a trick of a string, right? SpongeBob thinks it's just a string, right? Patrick's an idiot. Oh, it's just a string. That's exactly the type of thing that Patrick would keep in a box and hide from people, you know what I'm saying? But in reality, the string opens a secret compartment that has an embarrassing photo of SpongeBob after he deviously laughs. So you're telling me that this was all a dark scheme by Patrick with this box? I didn't think Patrick was capable of something like that, bro. This is crazy. This is crazy. I didn't think Patrick had the genius to pull off something that diabolical, but I guess that's why we're here. We're gonna find out that Patrick really is a genius, dude. This is crazy. This is already crazy.
Right? And he's referring to himself in general, not this single instance. And then he thinks of spilled milk. So, is Patrick out of his mind? Is he faking? Is his true intelligence seeping through? I don't quite think so. However, this is but one of several occasions in which something smart bursts out. Even briefly in the episode where they do a bunch of painting, Patrick says that they must stop acting like cavemen. He then maturely says, "We have technology," before pausing and then going totally nuts on the computer. It's obviously just the way they've written.
So there's several of these instances of Patrick, right, being dumb as hell and then just having a random outburst of genius for a few seconds, and then it just a switch flips and then he just goes right back to being dumb Patrick and he does something really, really dumb. Dude, what?
And then going totally nuts on the computer. It's obviously just the way they've written Patrick and its comedic genius, but the repercussions this has on him as a legitimate character are staggering. And this isn't all. Like I said in my Plankton video, this show has vicious inconsistencies. Plankton's goal is constantly changing. This is similar to Patrick. This, of course, could be because SpongeBob SquarePants has no grander plot arc, but these consistencies are very easy to keep continued, and there's no reason to break them like they constantly do. In certain moments, Patrick can do things easily, and in others, he can't do them at all. A good example is with reading. Sometimes he can do it quickly and easily, and other times he seriously struggles for no reason at all. And then there's the fact that he can wire his house so that a sand TV works somehow. Something does not make sense. He seems to have some kind of
Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize that. I didn't even realize that. His TV's literally made out of sand. His TV is literally made out of sand. How does that thing produce electricity? Dude, I didn't even, oh my gosh, bro. Oh my, bro, it's always these little things, bro. It's always these little details that you see when you're a kid, you watch it, you think nothing of it, but now it's like being presented to me and it's like, damn, that really makes absolutely no sense.
Mental power and he does unnatural things, all in the name of slapstick and comedy, but he still does do them. So how am I to explain this under the concept of SpongeBob lore? Either I can't, or I can continue with something terrifyingly senseless, something that simultaneously seems so out there, but also makes some levels of sense.
Okay.
Patrick Star is not evil, not at all.
Okay.
His intelligence
That makes me feel good, okay? That Gary the snail theory was so wild and crazy I could barely wrap my brain around it. On top of the fact that he's an evil villain, right? So this makes me feel better. This makes me a little bit more comfortable to know that Patrick is not evil, okay?
Patrick Star is not evil, not at all.
Good.
His intelligence just rapidly shifts. His personality just rapidly shifts. Like some very strange, very rare, unique variation on an identity disorder of some sort.
Oh, fuck.
Formerly known as multiple personality disorder, dissociative identity disorder is quite likely to have...
Dissociative identity disorder is a severe condition in which two or more distinct identities or personality states are present in and alternately take control of an individual. Some people describe this as an experience of possession. The person also experiences memory loss that is too extensive to be explained by ordinary forgetfulness. Okay, so basically DID, you know what I'm saying, it's the multiple personality disorders, where the personalities just kind of come out whenever they feel like it, right? And you don't really remember things from this personality that you did because now you're in this personality, your brain's working in this one, so it doesn't remember what it was doing when it was in this personality. Okay. Okay, well, that's not too complicated.
A variation where the shift in personality is instant or very slightly delayed, all in the name of Patrick's own sense of comedy, triggered by much else than his will to entertain his friends. A variation in which memory gaps are practically non-existent, unlike the real MPD. We know this because of how Patrick lost no memories during the brain coral episode. So what do I have to prove my suspicions? Well, first of all, brain coral is a real thing, though it looks near nothing like the show displays it, and it obviously can't make you smarter even if you are a starfish. But in SpongeBob, it clearly activated an extremely dormant personality that may even be the original host of Patrick. But there's way more than that. I don't think Patrick has just...
Okay. Okay, so this is saying now it's saying that the brain coral reactivated the genius in Patrick, and the genius was most likely his main host personality. And then for whatever reason, right, when his brain got unplugged the first time, right, it brought out all those other, the dumb personality. Okay, okay.
Patrick. But there's way more than that. I don't think Patrick has just 2 or maybe 3 personalities. I think he has hundreds, dozens of identities that we have no idea he's switching between as we watch him. Not even Patrick is aware of this shift. His personality changes in a very distinct way, however. The smarter the version of Patrick, the more arrogant and unfunny. The dumber, the more kind and hilarious. Each personality is extremely similar to the last, changing ever so slightly as they escalate from an IQ of 0 to an IQ of what we see in the brain coral episode, which is, oh god, levels Einstein easily reached, probably topping around 160 or maybe even 170. And if we haven't seen all of Patrick yet, then there's a chance that he could keep going. The highest recorded IQ maxed out at 300. So, if Patrick were put into such a situation, we could be looking at a maximum of 300 different split personalities inside of his head, keeping him constantly dumbfounded, confused, and at the lower...
Oh my god! Oh my god! So instead of multiple personality disorder, he has multiple IQ disorder. And he's got like a whole entire spectrum of various IQ levels that he just randomly just at the blink of an eye just boop switches. Now he's at an IQ of 100, he's a genius. Boop, now he's at an IQ of 7 and he's back to normal stupid Patrick. But then each IQ level comes with their own sort of personality, right? The lower IQ levels, those are more goofy, dumb, and funny. The higher IQ levels, those are smarter, but they're more arrogant, unfunny, and kind of an asshole. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, so I was wrong. I tried to tell y'all, bro. I thought I knew where this was going. I thought, you know what I'm saying? Okay, Patrick was a genius at one point, then he magically turned into a dumbass, then he became a genius and a dumbass. But no, this is saying that he's always been a genius. It's just sometimes he's less of a genius than other times. Dude. Oh my gosh, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Unless the situation pushes him higher. It all depends on how he wants to set the tone of quality. And based off of the fact that he was unplugged, we can assume that the Patrick with an IQ of 165 is the original Patrick, the one that grew up until some sort of traumatic incident caused his natural starfish instincts to kick in, the ones that split him. However, since we know all of the splitting is happening in his brain, therein lies the possibility that every time his plug falls out, a new personality is created. And there's even a slim chance that he literally does have hundreds of smaller brains in his head, if it is in fact correct that he physically splits two.
Dude, this is just getting crazier and crazier. Now it's mixing the ones. Now it's saying that he was a genius. He was a genius for a while, then some traumatic experience unplugged his brain, which is what kicked in the multiple personality thing, which is why you just randomly be having these personality shifts. But originally, the host Patrick, the main Patrick, is that 165 IQ, that genius Patrick that we were seeing in that brain episode. Oh my, bro, it just keeps getting crazier and crazier.
Hundreds of smaller brains in his head, if it is in fact correct that he physically splits two, like starfish do. Though it's far more likely that he's just splitting his mentality across dozens of intelligence quotients he could have. If unrestricted by reality, Patrick could very well have infinite people in his mind. Depending on how many times his brain has unplugged over the course of his lifetime, each time it does so, it cognitively...
and now I'm getting it. Okay, so the starfish thing at the beginning, right? Starfish, the arm breaks off, right? The arm splits off, and then it grows into another starfish. This is saying, okay, his brain split up, and it grew into a whole other personality. I'm getting it. I'm getting it.
Each time it does so, it cognitively kills him. And in death, like all starfish, it duplicates him. As we see, he may originally be a smart fish, but one cognitive arrest occurred and he sat for years and still today as primarily a fish. Now this could all be a genetic case of severe Huntington's, which is slowly dragging him down, but it's most likely to be as I said it is. That of course is referring to my theory, which as a whole, I don't really believe. I'm just laying out the evidence and providing a semi-conclusion to what I think this star could really be doing to explain it, using actual logic that the TV series really doesn't have. I don't really think this theory probably isn't the case, but I want to push it. I don't believe any of it, though.
Bro, this theory is so wild and crazy, the theorizer himself doesn't even believe it, bro. That's crazy.
Is worthy of something this
That's crazy.
I hope it gives you more insight. I do think something is up with Patrick. Not something evil, just something mentally wrong with him. I mean, we see other starfish in this series who are totally smart. Patrick's just a dummy most of the time. So here's the best character analysis I could do with what I have to work with. Patrick's simply confused and out of his mind. Once again, this show proves that it's a cesspool of insanity. All of the characters are based off of the 7 deadly sins, and that is no coincidence. So what do you think? Is Patrick insane but not evil? I mean, sure, he snaps and freaks out and is frequently randomly rude and mean, but those are all branches of his personalities and is commonly attributed with the frustration of having mental disorders. There's also a strong chance he has emotional disorders and some neurodegenerative disorders if you do, in fact, realistically look at his character.
Jesus Christ!
Consider other things too, like
Jesus. So now he's got neurodegenerative diseases and emotional problems, dude. Bro, what is? Oh my gosh, dude, this got so dark so fast, bro. This got dark. So we went from Patrick to used to being a genius to his brain getting unplugged, which made him smart, to now Patrick has multiple personality disorders with an entire spectrum of IQ, degenerative neuro disease, and emotional trauma. Bro, this is crazy. This is, bro, oh my gosh, bro. Like, this is what I was talking about, bro. You really don't know how deep this is gonna go until you get to the end, bro.
Realistically, look at his character. You have to consider other things too, like the big point I've seen dozens of people use to prove he's a psycho. They watched the episode known as The Card, in which Patrick says that his intelligence varies, and that they'll never know just how smart he truly is, as he likes to mix it up.
He literally
says that. What? So, I was right? There are even a couple times, one which I remember, where Squidward...
So does he... Wait a minute! Wait just a diddly darn minute! I like to mix it up. Now this is getting crazy, bro. Okay, so at first I thought Patrick had no idea about his issues, right? He just randomly snaps into a brand new personality. He has no control, no idea that it's happening to him, and he's just insane, losing his mind. But this is telling me that he is aware of his multiple personalities, and he likes to mix it up, and he's easy, you know what I'm saying? He's like, oh, I'm feeling like it's a nice Sunday morning, I'm gonna be dumb as fuck today, and mix it up a little bit. Like, what? Now you're telling me that he's aware and he's doing it on purpose? Dude.
He literally says that. What? So, I was right? There are even a couple times, one which I remember, where Squidward asks Patrick how dumb he is, and Patrick tells him that it changes, that it depends. It's variable depending on what?
It varies.
I don't know, but there are dozens of episodes I didn't cover when formulating this theory. There's even an episode where Patrick says dumb people are blissfully ignorant to how dumb they really are.
What?
A smart statement he says right before he totally zones out as he degrades to a stupider intelligence. So you guys, the comment section, you guys always provide the slickest, most strangely convincing pieces of evidence, even for an outlandish theory like this one. But if you can in fact find something else, this may actually be very realistic. If you can highlight even more times he says smart things, that'll do. I can't keep going here, I'm getting dizzy. Until next time, I'm the Theorizer.
Oh my gosh, bro. Oh my gosh, dude. This is crazy. This is crazy, bro. I don't know what the hell I wasn't prepared for this. Okay, I didn't know what the hell I was gonna get in this video, bro, but I did not expect it to be that. I did not expect it to be that. So, apparently, so the meaning, right, the overall thesis is that Patrick Star used to be a genius, right? A genius. He used to be a crazy, stupid smart, right? But for some reason, he had some type of freak accident or something happened that unplugged his brain. And that unplugging split his brain, or it was constantly making his brain split, right? And because of, we know scientific facts of starfish, right? They split and they regrow, right? They grow into a new starfish. That severed arm grows into a new starfish, right? So his brain kept splitting and then growing, and then these brain splits grew into various different personalities and IQ levels, and throughout the show, he just magically is just on any random spot along this IQ spectrum, right? And at the end, we found out that he's aware of this. He says it varies. You know what I'm saying? He likes to mix it up, right? Stupid people are ignorant to how dumb they are. You know what I'm saying? So he's aware of all this. He knows it's happening. And he's a fucking psychopath losing his mind. Dude, this is crazy. Oh my gosh, bro. And like I said, right, that Gary theory was wild. And he only had a handful of episodes, right? This is Patrick. He's got so many episodes to work with. And he even said at the video, towards the end, you know what I'm saying? There are so many episodes that he didn't even analyze for this theory, bro. So I don't even want to know how deep and crazy and wild this is going to get, bro. But I know that this is going to get even more mind-blowing. I'm already mind-blown, you know what I'm saying? This is already wild. But I don't even want to try to guess how wild and crazy this theory is going to get, man. But shout out to the theorizer for yet another cinematic masterpiece, bro. This video was crazy, wild, and definitely super dope. Let me know what you guys thought of this video down in the comments below. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you like some of it? Did you hate some of it? Let me know what you guys are feeling. I'm interested to hear what you guys have to say. Like I said at the beginning, if you guys have any suggestions of videos you would like to see me do, make sure you leave those down in the comments below. Don't forget to spank the like and subscribe button, ring the bell. Make sure you guys go over and show the theorizer some love, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.